Hey everyone, Parkinson Shockwave here. Today I'll be doing another commentary, this time in our annual sneak peek matchup. If you guys are not familiar with this is basically an annual segment where we actually do a match between the two new archetype introducing in a new set that's coming up. On our left side, we have Jeff playing the Crystron. This is actually a deck based on Synchro Summon, but restrict you to get into your Synchro Machine type monster. And on the right, I have myself playing the Chemical Beast, a new Gemini deck. This is actually a archetype that has supports that can utilize some of the other Gemini monsters we have in the past. Both decks are very interesting, but they won't be seen much in the competitive format. They're kind of slow, but some of these other new cards can be utilized in other decks, such as the new Synchro Monster from the Crystron or the new Gemini support coming from the new field card Sparkfield. So going back to the duel, we see Jeff starting off his play by summoning one of his Crystron monster. I'm gonna butcher some of these names because they're very hard to pronounce, so hopefully when it comes to the TCG translation, it's more easier to pronounce. But so he started out by summoning his Crystron Crystron. This is the 500 attack, 2000 defense. It looks like a turtle. I'm gonna reference as the green monster because each of these Crystron monsters has specific colors to himself. So his green monster, he's gonna use his effect to actually pop a basic card he controls. This allows him to sort of summon a Crystron monster from his deck to the field, and this way he's only restricted to sort of summon Synchro type monster from the extra deck. I forgot to mention that part of the deck, all the main deck non-tuner Crystal monsters actually share that effect. So there's certain playstyle to actually bring out the tuner. The tuner has to have their own effect they actually share, but some monsters actually do different things, but with the same condition of how they meant to activate. So during your opponent's battle phase or main phase, you can actually activate the effect to sort of summon a non-tuner Crystron monster from the hand or from the graveyard, depending on which Crystron tuner monster you have on the field. And from there, you can Synchro Summon immediately, but you're only restricted to Synchro Summon into a Synchro Machine type monster. But let's get back to the game. As you can see, my field is full of these high level / rank monsters, and I'm gonna make a tiny misplay by attacking the non-tuner, which I should have just attacked the actual tuner because I didn't want it to use the effect to special summon a non-tuner Crystron monster from his grave. From there, it can just Synchro Summon into the level 4 Synchro monster. What is that? Crystron Quantum? This Synchro monster actually special summons a Crystron monster from the grave if it's destroyed by a battle or card effect. So basically he just special summoned his tuner monster that actually brought him out in the first place, so I felt like I didn't do anything at all at this point. On his turn, he actually banished his green Crystron monster from the grave to sort of summon a Crystron monster he controlled in his hand. This is a effect that a lot of the Crystron monsters has because they all have graveyard effects that evolves around banishing them from the grave to do certain things. So he used Crystron's Marker's effect to pop his Great Oak Eagle. This allows him to special summon his Crystron Blue from his deck. This is also another tuner monster, and basically this archetype has only 2 tuners from the whole set of the Agent of Vengeance. After he special summons that monster, he's going to use Great Oak Eagle's effect to take control of my new Exceed monster, Methane. Since my Exceed monster is now on Jeff's side of the field, I'm not protected by its effect anymore through a card effect or by attack. Also, if I normal summon any of my Gemini monsters, he's gonna trigger its effect to send one card from my side of the field or from my hand to the graveyard, my choice. So from here, he's going to Synchro Summon into his level 5 Crystron monster, Amatrex. This is a Synchro monster that when special summoned, it switches all face-up special monster your opponent's control in defense position. And since my advanced Chemical Beast Deoxin has very low defense, he can actually attack over it with his new Synchro monster and then use my Methane to attack over the High Dragon. So there's nothing else I can do at this point. I did not normal summon any of my Gemini monster, not wanting Jeff to trigger my Methane's effect to send one of my cards to the field. And from there, he's going to summon another Crystron monster and decide not to use the effect. He's going to just attack over all my other monsters I currently have and just trying to push for game from here. Now we're in game 2, and my hand not looking pretty good, but they're not bad either, so I'm going to set down 2 back rows and just set down a monster in my turn. The monster I set down is basically Chemical Beast Ox. This allows me to special summon any Chemical Beast in my hand, but it changed all my other Chemical Beasts to the level of the Special Summon monster. So a great way to go to your rank 8 or 2 plays. So from here, I'm gonna flip summon it, Gemini summon it, and from there I'm gonna special summon my Advanced Beast Dioxon, and there I'm gonna play the new trap card, Burnout. This way I can banish one face of chemical beast I control, and allow me to special summon 2 other chemical beasts in my deck with different names. So this is actually a great way to play out, again, rank 2 or rank 8 plays. And the graveyard effect of the Burnout is great too. If your opponent was able to attack you directly while it's the graveyard, I can actually banish that card instead, and then special summon one of my banished chemical beasts to the field. So I'm exceeding into my Methane again. When it's XC summoned, I'm able to special summon one Gemini monster in my graveyard, but unfortunately I don't have any Gemini monsters, so I decided just to attack over his Crystron. Luckily enough, he did not set down a Grado, which actually could screw me over like the last game. So from there, he's gonna play his Grado Impact during his end phase, search out for a Grado monster. So right now I had to play it fast or play some way to actually not be targeted from his effect to take control of one of my monsters like before. So I decided to Gemini summon my Dioxon. This way I can trigger Methane's effect to actually detach a material and then force Jeff to send one card he control on the field or one card in his hand to the graveyard, his choice. So he decided to send one card from his hand. From there, I took a chance by activating Dioxon's effect. By banishing one Gemini monster in my graveyard, I'm able to destroy one monster he control, or one card in specifically he control. And from there, is lucky enough it was not a Grado monster, so I can actually push for game. Alright, now in game 3, Jeff gonna be sending one back row and one monster, and just basically in his turn. Seems like he doesn't have the setup that he actually wants, so on my turn I actually start off with Brilliant Fusion, a great way to actually bring out the Gemini, but also add the Carbon Crab. So I send Gemini Lazuli to the grave with Carbon Crab. This helps form Gemini Amethyst. Once Brilliant Fusion has resolved, I can actually activate Gemini Lazuli's effect to bring any of my Gemini monster from my graveyard to my hand, just because they're all normal monster when they're hit the grave. So from there, I'm going to set down a monster and 3 back rows and end my turn. I'm trying to set up something pretty big here, but unfortunately, Jeff has the Twin Twister to actually get rid of my strikes in warning. Lucky him to actually hit 2 of my most powerful cards. But from there, he's gonna set a back row and just basically end his turn. At the start of my turn, I activate my own copy of Twin Twister, discarding the Hulk from my hand so I can get rid of his 2 back rows, which was Thwarting and I think Emptiness. From there, I flip summon my Carbon Crab, activated its effect, but before I did that, I Gemini summoned it as well. So I send a Gemini monster in my grave to add a Gemini monster from my deck to my hand. I activate my trade-in to get rid of the Dioxon that I just added and draw 2 cards, but unfortunately I did draw the 2 butterflies, and that means that I really have not much to do besides attacking his monster. I'm gonna lose some life points, but at least I know what I'm against. So from here, he's gonna play his Impact, attack over my crab, and now he's gonna activate Impact effect to search out for a Grado monster. He searched out for a Grado Parasite. This is actually a continuous trap card that if you attack him directly, he actually can special summon a Grado monster from his deck. Constantly looking at my hand and graveyard, there's not really much I can do besides just sending down one monster face down and just end my turn. So from here, Jeff's going to decide to attack over my face down monster, which is basically my Ox, and he's going to take some damage because Ox does have big booty as well. So from here, he's going to search out with Impact again and get his Alligator back to his hand. On my turn, I actually draw Dragon's Mirror, which is actually a great way to actually pull all my combos that I have in my graveyard and in my hand. So from there, I'm going to activate the Dragon's Mirror, banishing 2 of my Gemini monster from my grave. This allows me to special summon one of the oldest card in the deck, and that is the Super Alloy Beast. This gives all my Gemini monster their effects while they're face up on the field. So with that in mind, I can actually pull all these combos off. Now I'm going to summon another old school card, Blazewing Butterfly. While it has its effect, I can actually tribute to special summon any Gemini monster in my graveyard, and it will gain its effect while face up. So from there, I'm going to special summon my Carbon Crab, send a Gemini so I can special summon, oh not special summon, add a Gemini from my deck to my hand. From there, I can actually activate the Ox effects to special summon the Deoxon that I actually add to my hand and change all my Chemical Beast level up to level 8. I'm going to exceed summon into my first Methane. This way I can special summon my 3rd copy of Deoxon from the grave to the field so I can exceed summon again. I was contemplating to exceed summon to like number 38 or maybe the Photons, Dragons, but I decided just go to the 2nd copy of the Methane so I can special summon again another copy of my Deoxon. At this point, I pretty much have game. Guys, thanks again for watching another sneak peek matches. There will be more in the future, so please like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you guys want to see a deck profile of these 2 decks, please let us know. We'll have one out as soon as possible. This is Park from Shockwave, signing out.